We used to think privacy was something we could protect, something built into the walls around us, the locks on our doors, the passwords we set. But those walls don't hold anymore. Every post, every voice note, every shared moment becomes material. Data that can be lifted, learned, and used. We call it innovation. We call it connection. But underneath those words is something quieter and darker. A society obsessed with convenience learns to trade safety for speed. And a culture built on sharing learns to give itself away. Because technology didn't just connect us, it copied us. We've become echoes of our own lives, stored and searchable. And for one mother in Florida, that realization arrived in the form of a phone call she'll never forget. Her name was Sharon Brightwell. The call came in the middle of an ordinary afternoon, the kind of day where nothing feels urgent, when sunlight moves slow across the floor and the air hums with routine. Then the ring cut through it, shrill, sharp, insistent. The name on the screen read, April Monroe, her daughter. Sharon answered, and for a moment, the world held still. A voice she knew better than her own came through the line, trembling, breathless, drenched in panic. Sharon told reporters later, "There is nobody that could convince me that it wasn't her voice. I know my daughter's cry." The caller said there had been an accident. Then another voice took over, calm, professional, certain. The man claimed to be a public defender. He told her April had hit a pregnant woman while texting and driving. The baby hadn't survived. April was in custody. If Sharon wanted to bring her home, she needed to post $15,000 in cash. He told her not to tell the bank why she needed it. She listened. She believed. Her heartbeat echoed in her ears as she drove to the bank. The world outside looked the same. Blue sky, traffic lights, people walking dogs. But everything felt wrong, dreamlike. She withdrew the money, her hands trembling as she slid the bills into a box. When she got home, the phone rang again. A courier was on the way. A black Chevrolet Tahoe pulled into the driveway. The driver's window lowered just enough for her to see a shadowed face, gloved hands waiting. She passed the box through the narrow opening. The car pulled away, leaving only the sound of tires on asphalt and a silence that didn't feel safe. Moments later, the phone rang again. The same man, the same tone. But this time, the story changed. His words came slower now, heavier, like he was savoring her panic. He said the baby's family was suing. He needed another $30,000 right away. Sharon felt the room tilt, the sound of her own heartbeat drowning everything else. That was when her grandson and a family friend began to question it. They called April directly. The seconds felt endless. Then the line clicked. April picked up instantly.
Hello.
Her voice was calm, ordinary, untouched by fear. She was fine, at work, safe, completely unaware. Only then did Sharon realize the voice that had begged for help wasn't her daughter's at all. It had been artificial intelligence, a cloned voice built from clips of April's real one, likely taken from social media posts. By then, the money was gone. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office opened a case, but investigators admitted these scams are almost impossible to trace. The driver, the number, the voices, all digital shadows. That night, Sharon said she couldn't sleep. She replayed the call again and again in her head, hearing the same trembling cry, the same panic, the same voice that wasn't hers. The voice that had known exactly what fear sounded like. She'd always believed her home was a safe place. That family meant something private, something protected. But that day proved how easily even love could be copied, packaged, and sold. Because what happened to Sharon Brightwell wasn't just a scam. It was proof that privacy itself no longer exists, that the walls we built around trust have already fallen. Technology no longer needs to break in. We've already handed it the keys. In the days that followed, the Brightwell home felt different. Sharon kept her phone face down on the counter, afraid of the sound it might make. The walls that once felt safe now seemed porous. Every device a possible doorway, every ring, every notification a reminder. Her daughter April tried to hold her together. She created a small fundraiser online, not just to recover the money, but to warn others. On that page, she wrote about her parents' health, about how stress had already carved itself into their days, and how easily fear had taken what little security they had left. The story spread fast. Local television called it one of the first documented cases in Florida of AI voice cloning used to commit fraud. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office confirmed the report. Detectives admitted how hard it was to track. No fingerprints, no faces, no human trace. Just numbers that disappeared, accounts that blinked out of existence. Federal investigators began warning that thousands of similar scams were surfacing across the country. Nearly identical scripts, different families. The FBI's cyber division said a few seconds of public audio was all it took. A TikTok clip, a voicemail, a YouTube video. Enough to teach a machine to sound like anyone. Experts called it the new kidnapping, a crime that didn't need a location, only a voice and a moment of panic. In the old world, fear had to knock. Now it just calls. For Sharon, the damage went beyond money. She said she no longer trusted her phone. Sometimes she would hear a ring and feel her pulse spike. Her daughter said she keeps thinking about how real it sounded. The exact tremor, the right inflection, the cry only a mother would know. News outlets used the story to sound an alarm, but online it became something else. A headline, a clip, a cautionary tale buried between ads for the very technology that made it possible. Because that's what happens now. Even tragedy becomes content. And every warning doubles as promotion for the thing it fears. The deeper story wasn't just about one family in Florida. It was about how artificial intelligence has dissolved the last boundary we thought we had. The space between private and public, real and synthetic, human and imitation. The voices that once belonged to us can now move without us. They can beg, lie, and cry in our place. And the systems we built to connect us don't protect us from that. They profit from it. Sharon's case may never be solved. The money is gone. The phone number's dead. But the lesson lingers. Privacy isn't lost all at once. It's eroded, moment by moment, click by click, until one day you hear a voice you love asking for help and realize it doesn't need to be real to reach you. Because in the age of AI, intrusion doesn't look like breaking in. It sounds like someone you trust.